Hey, what's up? It's Rashad Antonio. We are the Calrissian kids, because Lando raised
Raised
us.
us.
All spoilers on Andor's episode 4 through 6. Man, I don't even know the titles. Doesn't matter.
Um,
Here's the thing. They don't want you to know the title. They want you to know the year. And the year is 3
three.
BBY.
You were. Hmm.
And with that being said, we are getting some of the most masterful television
Ain't we?
right now. I like there's this 2025 has been a crazy year for quality watching. I mean,
Not just television, but
just
movies
in
as
general,
well.
man. Like
Yeah.
I'm almost overwhelmed. I feel like I feel like we're at the luxury buffet and you want to go back up and get that steak, but you just eating it for gluttony right now. You're not hungry. You just like how it
Hmm.
tastes. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
that's where I am right now because by the sixth episode of this,
Hmm.
I was like, this is too much, man. Like, I wish I just had this
Yeah.
once a week. And I posed
Yeah.
that question on Threads. Shout out to Threads.
Hmm.
If you're not there with us, you need to be there with us. I
Get
asked really good questions there.
get funky with it. Rashad is killing it on Threads, yo, baby.
And the followership doesn't show that, but definitely am. Like
It's all
I get
right.
hella engagement. All right,
So,
so
so,
so
so I
I
can
asked
tell
him.
you. So I can tell you real quick the titles of each episode. Episode 4, Ever Been to Gorman? Episode 5, I Have Friends Everywhere. And episode 6, What a Festive Evening.
Man, and I was like, I have only one complaint with the show.
And what is that, Rashawn?
I wish it was weekly drops.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, and people were chiming in. People were like, yo, I love the 3 arc drops. It makes sense to me. And I understand, like it
yeah,
does. But the thing is this. I went into this thinking that we were gonna get like first season. Some of the episodes was like 35, 40
yeah.
minutes.
These
I can
episodes,
grind out 3 episodes like that. These episodes would be like 50,
50.
55.
Yeah,
And these are full episodes that stand on their own.
yeah.
And it is a lot of television to watch. It's really good. And I wish I could just sit with that one episode,
And indulge it.
yeah, and talk
Yeah.
about it, have a conversation about that one
Hmm.
episode.
Hmm.
And Smile was like, "You just watch one at a time." I'm like, "Yeah, I can,
Yeah.
but I
We
we
do this.
review this, and
We
I'm not.
review this.
And what I'm
Yeah.
not going to do is go online the next day and be spoiled because
Yeah.
I gotta be online
And,
anyway. So
and that's all, and it's also affecting other content makers like ourselves who do reviews of this, because some of these other content makers, they usually episode drop, they pop that thing out about an hour or two after it's over. I've been seeing like some of the ones
yeah,
that
some of the
we
launch
some of the ones
channels.
that we respect, and like new rock stars and stuff, they take it 2 3 days, before they drop
Just
it a
saying,
review for an episode and stuff, man. Because
and
you got to think
then
about it. We're watching these 3 arcs are basically like movies.
and that's what I said. If y'all want to
Yeah.
make it a movie, I should have made 4 mini movies.
Hmm.
So I could just watch this consecutively.
Hmm.
But another from my gripe of this my only gripe is
Hmm.
just that like it's too good. You know what I'm saying? Like you back at like you at somebody's house and they're like, oh man, do you want another plate? Like, nah, man.
No.
Like, no disrespect, man. This is so good, but like
Yeah.
I'm full.
Yeah.
I can't.
My
I'm done.
cup runneth over.
This show has been rather biblical too.
Yeah.
In so many ways, man. Like,
Boy.
cause this episode, these two, okay. The thing, I was really trying my my hardest to find what the theme of these 3 episodes were.
Yeah, me too.
And as I kind of like sat down, I was looking at because like mad screenshots of this, and I saw some pictures, and it came to me.
What's
And
that?
the one of the overarching themes of this 3 BBY is how are you coping with your trauma? And if you look at it,
Okay.
we have several people dealing with their trauma in very different ways.
Okay.
You have you have Andor,
Mm-hmm.
who is just working, but getting fed up with the work and how the work is being done. You have
Fix.
Saw Gerrera,
Bruh.
who is getting high on Rhydonium. And that is the reason why he's Bargullet. By the time we get to what you call it
Yeah,
to Rogue One, save the rebellion.
yo,
Yeah. So
when
we
that became a reveal, I said, "What?"
I was like, yo, because Rhydonium is essentially it's your man is huffing gasoline for all intents and
Yeah,
purposes,
yeah,
but the gasoline is like jet fuel and it burns.
yeah. And we're gonna get to that
Yeah,
episode, but go
yeah.
ahead.
So we also have Bix, who is getting high on space drugs, which
Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting him to do that,
Yeah.
but I appreciate that. It,
PTSD, man.
hey man, how are you dealing with your trauma? So you
Mm-hmm.
have Mon Motha,
Nothing. Yeah.
who is trying her best to do this thing the political route,
Yes.
and
Without proving she's a part of the rebellion. She's trying to take the sympathetic route with some things, and like most rich people, care
it's
about
hard,
these
it's hard to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's
care about these
difficult.
pores.
No, man, they like, oh man, we having this. Think about it, they're having this beautiful party,
Hmm.
and just right below it is poverty. Like we forget like Coruscant is like levels down. It's an
Yeah.
underworld of Coruscant, and they living in shambles down there. The people on the above, for the most part,
Hmm.
living pretty decent because it
Hmm.
looked like Andor and Bix was in the projects, especially when he rolled back up home and he came to that little like dimly lit
It
hallway.
did.
And you hear
It
people, the
did.
baby crying, music
It
blasting.
did.
I said,
It did.
I said, is Andor in the hood?
Yes, it did. It did. I said, what? You know, for me, where I'm from, I'm like,
I
Ando out the
said, man,
Linko? Ando out the Linko? The
yeah,
Oaks
yeah,
out
yeah,
this
yeah. I
town?
said, man, your man out on like the polo grounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Where you at, man? You off 125th somewhere?
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, we got him, and then even yeah, oh yeah, we got our favorite space lesbians.
Yeah.
They're dealing with their trauma too because
Hmm.
what's my
Dang.
girl name? Cinta.
Center.
Because Cinta's like,
Yeah.
look, yo, man, it's been a hell of a year. I don't even want to talk about it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
she just jumped, and Vel is like, look, I'm just glad to be here because she's dealing with the trauma of not being with her
Yeah.
and having
Because
to
they ain't
deal.
seen each other
They ain't
in
seen
like
each other
about
like a year.
yeah, yeah, like a
They ain't
year.
seen each other since the last time
Since yeah, the last
yeah,
episode when it was kind of like a
at the wedding.
girl,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying
Yeah,
type
this
thing.
you
So
this meeting.
yeah.
And she was like, yo, I was so focused on what I was doing, like I lost myself. I'm like,
Hmm.
yo, again, there's some trauma in that. So like as I was formulating my thoughts, I was like, yeah, there's a lot of people, and even Luthen. Luthen
Mm.
is losing it. Like okay. So Luthen's storyline is like, look, I got all these like these spinning plates
Hmm.
and I can't get a handle of it. And eventually, either I'm gonna need to get some help, or they're gonna all come crashing down.
Yeah.
And the pressure of being the man, and also the pressure of having all these splintered fractions,
You know what he's doing,
sorry,
Rashad?
factions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's juggling. He's juggling.
exactly.
And the next thing you know, another ball comes in. Oh shit. Then another ball. Oh shit. Another ball. Because I think people forget in the first season, this man was ready to be like, yo, let's cut our loose ends. Let's kill Andor.
Yeah,
And stuff like
yeah.
that. And then finally he realized like, yeah, I can use this guy. So he's using Andor not unwillingly, but you know what I'm trying to say, Rashad.
Everybody for Luthen,
It's a pawn.
everybody is a means to an end.
And yes. Mm-hmm.
And the end is just the empire dying. So
Mm-hmm.
even when you look at Luthen and how he's handling Bix, he said,
Mm-hmm.
"Look, yo, this right here, that'll ease up the dreams, like, a little bit. But
Hmm.
once you get off, they're just gonna come back even stronger.
Yeah.
So he's telling Bix, like, look, yo, I need you to
I
get focused.
I need you back out in these
Like, I
streets.
need you to get active and you ain't
Hmm.
here sad and getting high. Because
Hmm.
I know Dr. Gorsh had your mind crazy and you got crazy PTSD. But
Right.
I need you, but I need you. And
Hmm.
essentially him telling the same thing to Andor, like, look, yo, I need you focused, which is
Yeah.
code for him. Get your girl straight or your girl
Yeah.
is dead.
Yeah. Hmm. Cause he,
So
cause he basically told him, he was like, "Hey, look here." He was like, "Either y'all get y'all ish together, or y'all gonna get, or both y'all dying. Simple as
you
that."
know, like again, this theme of how we're dealing with our trauma
Hmm.
even goes back to season one with Luthen, because Luthen essentially told him, his boy that's the undercover
Yeah.
working for the
The
ISB, like, look,
uh-huh.
yo, I ain't got nothing. It's just me and the cause. That's it. I gave up
Hmm.
everything for this. So
Hmm.
don't think I will not kill you if you cross me.
Hmm. All I got is my lace front that I put on in front of him, and my homegirl, that's my radio specialist, yo. Yo, whenever he put on that lace front, yo, man, I be effing screaming, yo. And then you see him, next time you see him, he don't have it, he don't undercut you like, yo, that man do got a lace front. Yeah, for real.
So all
So,
right. So even
mhm.
somebody that's dealing with their trauma, and this is of course, our favorite simp, Cyril Karn, is dealing with his trauma by being basically on Gorman being a useful idiot because he thinking that, like, yo, I'm helping the Empire with
Yeah.
my cause because
And
I'm
his
feeding them
girlfriend,
information.
Space Ellen DeGeneres and everything. So, man, don't tell me that chick. That chick looks like Ellen DeGeneres. I can't think of her name. Was it Deidre?
Yeah,
Dedra?
Dedra.
Dedra looks like Ellen, like Space Ellen DeGeneres, man. And
Hey, okay, Tony.
Mhm.
Did Dedra bid him over or what? I'm
So,
just saying, man.
I'm gonna tell you my thing. My thing. Here's my thing with them two. Here's my thing with them two. I think in season one, when he first like helps her. Remember, he saved her or something
Yeah,
like
episode
that.
12, you saved her.
Episode 12. He fell in love with the fact of I got somebody as crazy as me about the Empire and want to save it. And that's what he but remember, she kind of was like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like,
Yeah,
you
because she was even earlier on, like, he was
uh-huh.
like, look, yo, go do what you got to do, get out my face. We don't need your help. Like, basically,
Yeah,
like, look, like,
right.
I don't like you.
And she and they started their relationship. And I feel like she kind of was like starting to feel him a little bit, saying like this dude is really for the cause. But I honestly think the straw that broke the camel's back for her was when his mom came and his mom was hoeing him like that, and my man went into his room and laid down. And she had to be the one to be like, "Look here, I understand that's your son, but that's my man." And and it's funny because that is almost kind of like a real world thing sometimes in relationships where you have a son who is very not
Yeah.
either they're very dependent of us, if the mother is in play, the son sometimes the son is very dependent of their mother. Sometimes their son wants to please you know what I'm saying, please their mother. And sometimes the mother can be a little like, I love you, but you ain't being, you ain't the son I wanted as far as what
Yeah.
we're doing. And I think that's what Cyril's mother was doing. And then Dedra kind of told her, hey, you cut this ish out. I think that kind of might have been the breaking point for her, be like, I can't be with this weak man, but I'm gonna help him out a little bit. I'm gonna help him out a
Yeah,
little bit
then,
here.
like, I'm going to make
Hmm.
sure that he stays with the cause and I keep on
Hmm.
keeping this charade up.
And it seems as if correct me if I'm wrong, Rashad,
Okay.
at the end of this, he's going to kind of be a patsy. like a Lee Harvey Oswald type Patsy because remember in that third episode of this arc when he was like on the rooftop, you know what I'm saying? He was getting ready to tell them word for word what's going on with the heist that was going on. And Dedra's superior was like,
Party
he
gas.
yeah, Partagas is like, he don't know right that.
That's what I'm saying. I okay, so
Yeah.
he could easily be like the fall guy,
Hmm.
or I know that you know what I really think happens.
What's that?
I think he dies on Gorman too.
Oh yeah, I can see that happening
I can
too.
easily see him just being there, and then and then
Hmm.
he gets caught up as like just in the crossfire what's going
You
on.
know what? They could probably raid their little raid, just an Empire raid their little thing. And he'd be like, "I'm with the Empire." No, you're not. Boom, and they see him with them, and so he's an ends to him. You know what I'm saying? He's a means to an end. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah. That's crazy, man. Like
yeah.
the way that these episodes are kind of constructed,
Mhm.
it's just it's just done very well.
Hmm.
I like besides that, of course, the episode arcs is very simple. We
Yeah.
have the stupid Gormans,
Idiots.
um, Luthen, and
Hmm.
trying to get the the thing back. What was it?
The little the basically the ear
Yeah,
spying
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
yeah
yeah.
thing back
The
or whatever.
listening device back,
Uh-huh.
and
That scene was that scene was
oh,
so
it was
good, man.
tense. Yo,
It was
so let's go right, start right there. So yeah, so we
yeah.
see they're at and I absolutely love Krennic, yo. Every time Krennic shows up,
Uh-huh.
he's such a smug
Smug
bastard.
bastard here.
And him and mom, shout out to Will Bowman.
Yeah.
What's his name? Will Bowman? Will Bowman? I
That's
think
that's
Will,
fun.
the person who wrote these episodes,
Uh-huh.
like the dialogue in these episodes is crazy, man. There's so
Bo
many.
Wellman.
Yeah, Will Willman. Yeah, yes.
Mhm.
So many good lines. He also named the character after himself too.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes. Yes, he
was like,
did.
oh snap, yo. It's a
Uh-huh.
sneaky bastard, you. So yeah,
Hmm.
and the funny person said, Will. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting off. Saul was like, "What's your name?"
What's your name?
Will
Will
Munn.
Munn.
I was like,
Will
"Yo," I
Munn.
said, "The dude wrote the episodes." Anyway, so going to this party, yo, the
Uh-huh.
party is hilarious because one, they mentioned earlier that the Empire took over the the news. So now we have like instead of being like normal news, it's like e news.
Hmm.
Everything's like fashion and what's going on,
Entertainment, yeah. Uh-huh.
entertainment, and it's like centered or something day, but it's like, nah, this is the blah 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 day. So it's not like as like, rigid. They
Uh,
made it into like this like fashion event. And we have like this droid that's taking pictures and stuff
hmm.
in there, which is like crazy. And then we get okay. He said, I'm assembling the chosen to go talk about art. So, because your man was like, yo, I got a fake in here, the dude from the first arc.
Uh-huh.
He said, yeah, I have a fake, so I'm gonna essentially do an audit of everything,
Uh-huh.
and that's why Luthen was like, oh, we gotta get that listen device out of there
Yeah.
tonight, or not. They're gonna see that they're being spied on,
Uh-huh.
and the conversations between Mon Mothma
Hmm.
and Krennic is so petty and so tense
Oh yeah.
because they're going back and forth, and she's like, "Oh, it's so good to see you not behind, what I'm saying, basically not being on a judge's stand."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so good not to see you with the jury looking at you. As you know, said a lot of the judges there. And he was just like, like the amount of rich an entitled snarkiness that was going on. As the Brits would say, they were being very cheeky to each other. Oh, you are a cheeky fellow. They're being
Bit
very che
cheeky.
a bit cheeky there. It's being very cheeky to each other. And I was just laughing the entire time the conversation that was, that was going on because she was like, "Hey, we need to help these people do this," and he's like, "But what if these people out here running rampant doing this?" And she was like, "Well, why are they running? That's it was every question was answered with another question.
Yeah. And the funny part to me was like, oh, your rebel is my terrorist, something like that.
Yes, yes. That I was like, I think this man knows something about her, and she don't, and she has no idea that
I
he.
think, yeah, I think he has clues, and my
Yeah.
mom was like, okay. So again, talking about people dealing with their trauma. Her trauma is literally right in front of her face,
Hmm.
and she is not backing down.
Nope. Mm-mm.
They're actually just like pow, pow, just
Yeah.
volleying. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
Just back and forth the entire time. And I really enjoyed that scene. And just the backdrop of Luthen's assistant trying her damnedest to take this listening device off and is failing miserably. And
Yeah.
then the dude that's the Imperial spy,
Uh-huh.
he's like, I know you're not having me in here right now. Do you see who's over there?
Yeah. He was like,
Like,
"Do
nigga,
you see?"
that's Orson Krennic right there.
That's
I don't know
critic
about.
over there, Jay, girl.
And she
That is
said,
true.
"You will listen, and
Uh-huh.
you will
It was
obey what I say."
say,
Osi,
and you will listen. Yeah, right. You will listen, and we're gonna have a conversation about this in case they ask any
and you're
questions.
gonna
Sis.
smile.
And you're gonna smile. And she
Move
was
to
like,
your left.
I'm gonna need you to move to your left. And everything, like, I mean, she was like, "This here is my favorite piece." Yeah, I got a listen device under here. I'm trying to get this thing out right here. I was so hurt when they took this from our gallery, but hey, people want this. It's right here, I don't care what you want. You will shut up and you will do what I said. Move to your left foot. And I mean, it was just real tense what was going on.
Yeah, your
And the
man
next thing
was
you know,
sweating bullets.
and the next thing you know, he's like, "What's wrong?" It's stuck. And then he was like, "You are about to get us killed." And she's like, "Shut up. They didn't have books, so they read with their fingers." And she's just sitting there.
Yeah, and this planet where they said if you were blind, it was better than having sight.
Yeah.
And they made these things that told stories, and you know what I'm saying, and by touch, yo. So that part was crazy.
Her hand was bleeding from trying to twist that damn thing off. And
Crazy because Krennic eventually gets over there, and
being the cheeky bastard that he
yeah,
is.
he's talking about, "Oh, what about this piece?" You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He
And
said,
they all
"Oh,
looked at her, and Spy Dude did step up. I give him
he
credit.
did," and
He stepped.
okay. I think that's a very important part. I'm glad you brought
Yeah.
it up. The fact that he was able to be under that pressure and
Hmm.
still able to recite what she told him about the piece, like
Uh-huh.
that is the level of commitment that Luthen wants from everybody who is down for
Hmm.
the cause.
Yeah.
And the minute you starting to waver on that,
Hmm.
they be like, man, you got to get up
Yeah.
out of paint. Like,
It was great. When he said it, and then when he said that overshot, what he said about the whole, they thought it would be great to be blind. And then Crennick, "Oh, I know some people that feel that way." So I was like, this dude Crennick is wild. I'm so glad that we are getting some more of, so even though they're little sporadic parts, we're getting parts of Krennic because he was a great character in Rebel One, even getting hoed by Lord Vader himself. But seeing him come into this right here, you really see like I said, the cheeky bastard that he is for this for this show. And then of course you see Luthen and his assistant leaving, and it was like, "Oh, well, we got that out," kind of like, well. That's one fire that we done put out, and we got, you know what I'm saying? We got that out the way. I want to talk about this too.
All right.
I like how Luthen, when he summons Andor, he has his little code, which is the light
Yeah, yeah.
at the tower or whatever. And she got PTSD. She can't sleep, and she's like, "Hey, we got this right here." And Andor's like, what does this man want?"
I
type
just
thing.
got back home.
Right. He did it twice. And her thing is like, look here, man. He's the reason why we probably kind of still alive right now, because we ain't had nowhere to go after what happened. After what happened, and our boy got killed. I can't think his name right now. Our boy got killed.
Basso.
Basso got killed and everything. So, hey man, let's just do what he say. And and so the first time he flashes a light, he summons Andor. And he summons Andor because he's like, hey, send you to Ghorman. And he's like, what? Andor's like, what? I don't want to go to no. He was like, look here, man. They're starting their own little rebel, you know what I'm saying? Their little splinter cell of a rebel. And they want to do something. The problem, they want to do a heist. The problem is these idiots don't know anything about this. They've never done something like this before. What I want you to do is go and assess them to see how capable they are of this. Are they any good? You know what I'm saying, and stuff.
Yeah,
And that was basically the entirety of what episode 2, right? That was kind of like tied.
basically.
So Andor goes. Andor wears his fine linens.
Yo,
He cleaned up pretty well, you know. He cleans up well. He goes there, and the guy that's like kind of in charge is like kind of like, who are you? And then he kind of tells him like, yeah, we have a mutual friend type thing or whatever, and this is what we're doing, and I'm just here to. He was like, oh, so you're here to help? He says, no, I'm here to assess, to make sure, you know what I'm saying, because you guys have never done anything like this before. Because we all know that Luthen is like an antiquities dealer, basically. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And this guy there seems like to be the antiquities dealer of Ghorman. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Or like,
For the
essentially, like he's a person that's running one of the fashion houses because on this planet they deal with fine threads. They have
the
the silk,
spiders.
the silk um spiders or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, there should be a lot of people, a lot of fashion houses, but we kind of dwindling down.
Yeah.
You
Because their
know,
biggest problem on that planet is the Empire is these spiders, they come out to make the and it's kind of like let them do it on their own time. The Empire is kind of like going into these caves and stuff where these spiders and stuff are, and like rattling them to make them gonna make this silk. And these people are like, hey, yo, pretty soon all these spiders are gonna be dead, Jack, and we're not gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna have a way of living here. And so you got the people of that planet upset, and this guy, he's trying to play peacemaker, but secretly he's like, yeah, I know what the hell y'all mean. So Andor goes and he's talking to this guy, and his daughter, it seems like, is calm and collected. Why is it always one kid that's an asshole? Rashad. Why is it always one kid that has to be an asshole, or has to prove how hard they are, or how, oh, I'm down for this and everything like that. And Andor sees this and is like, yo, I'm not recommending y'all do this. Y'all suck. Like, y'all don't listen.
yeah,
Y'all,
because
y'all are horrible. And then we see it in the final episode of this arc,
telling you,
where Vale, where Andor, he gives his assessment to Luthen, and Luthen's
hmm,
like, hey man, I get it, but they want to help, we gonna let them. I'm gonna send some people there to
telling
help
you.
them do it.
Not even that, right? But
uh
Luthen essentially tells them, he's like, look, yo, if they do it, they're gonna fail.
hmm
Luthen says, let them burn.
Yes, yes, let them
Because
burn.
Luthen says, either way, whether it's successful or not,
hmm
the Empire essentially blowing up their spot is going to cause all the other rich planets to be
hmm
afraid of the Empire. And
hmm
then we'll curry favor with them. And then
hmm
we'll be able to still have our money running, and we'll still be good. So that kind of
Yeah.
and that kind of brings me. Okay, we'll finish talking about this, and I'm gonna bring up like my
Yeah.
second thought about this.
So Luthen sends Vale and Cinta to go out there. We already told you what happened with Vale and Cinta see each other. They get that old feeling back or whatever. The feeling they never lost. And they, for all intents and purposes, have a very solid plan
Plan is decent.
for these people. Only thing they don't know is that your boy
Cyril,
Syril is a double agent. That's the
yeah,
only thing they don't know
yeah.
is that Syril is a double agent. So he's like, "Oh, I work for the Empire, but I feel you guys' plight." And they've been passing messages to each other through the dead spiders and basically cut the spiders off,
Tony,
hollowing out, putting messages and stuff like that.
and also the fact that Andor tried to tell them. He said, "Look, y'all too inexperienced." Even when he went to the coffee shop, he's like, "Look, you don't even know who I am. You don't
Yeah.
know this information. You see those guys following me? They're just being super obvious. Could you tell them to stop following me?" So
Yeah.
he's telling them like, "Look,
Hmm.
yo, I am true to this, not new to this."
Right.
And they're not listening to him because each part of their operation.
Hmm.
And they're shooting it down. And the most important part was their plan for what they wanted to do. They
Right. And then
wanted
they
to
was like, and remember, they was like, "Oh, we have us an Imperial insider.
he
How well
said,
do you know him? How well do you trust him? Oh,
yeah.
he's down for our cause, you idiots. Like,
He
come
said
on, man.
he said he told them, he said, "Don't you know that the Empire feeds misinformation?" He told them that, and this is
Hmm.
exactly what's happening.
Hmm.
Also, and to be honest, Tony, their plan was goofy as hell.
Yeah.
They wanted to rob a transport to get ammunition and guns.
Hmm.
He's like, against the Empire?
Yeah.
Like he said, that
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. So they went along with their plans anyway with violence
Hmm.
censor.
Yeah. So, and she gives the plan and she tells them this is what we're gonna do, blah blah blah. And the most important, and probably one of the most important things of the plan is that she says, "Shut up, do nothing, do as we say." And the other thing is, me and her are going to be the only ones that have a blaster. We're the only ones that's going to have a blaster. No, and my boy, I mean, but we're shut up and listen. We're going to be the only ones that have a blaster. We're going to have 6 minutes to get this. We're going to get as much as we can, and then we'll leave the rest when it gets hot. But what we're going to get as much as we can
When time is up, we
up
are
are
gone.
gone. Simple as that. And and the heist starts. They take out the little transport truck. They
Since it
take
flipped
it
down like she's a Ninja Turtle.
right. They what I'm saying, they take out the driver inside or whatever. They buy a sewer where they basically start sliding the stuff down or whatever, and they have another truck in the sewer. Everything is going as planned. She's telling them, keep calm. Don't rush. She was like, make it clean. She says, when you cleaner, it's gonna run smoother or whatever, because they were starting to fumble and stuff a little bit. And the first thing that happened wrong was there was a straggler, just a regular
Old lady
citizen,
who lived on the
old
street.
lady, and one of the people wanted to help her out. And she sat there and said from the beginning, hey, this mission is the most important thing. But nope, this chick want to help out.
I mean, she didn't want also didn't want her to walk through too. So
Yeah, okay, I get that. But I'm going by the rules of Luthen. You know what I'm saying? For this.
okay,
So
my bad.
I have a heart, Rashad. I do, I get it. But I'm going by the rules of Luthen for this right here.
Luthen rules.
Luthen rules right
All right,
here.
all right.
And so then you get another citizen. Now, this is where I think they really screwed up. This citizen that was coming, they know he's a troublemaker, and not a troublemaker in a way that's going to be trouble for them, but a troublemaker that's on their cause.
Yeah,
He
he hit the
comes
Empire
over
too.
and he's like, yo, what's going on over here? Instead of my man saying, hey, we getting ammunition to be able to defend ourselves and everything. Oh, fuck. Excuse my language. Roger Ramjet wants to be like, hey, man, get out of here. And he whips out the blicky. And my
The man
man, look,
said, That better be a toy.
Yeah, yo, he said he looked at him, and yo, he a hard looking dude too. He
Yo,
was
he the
like,
biggest person on that planet.
he was like, hey, he like a Paul Bunyan type dude, like he a
He do.
lumberjack or something. My man
Yeah.
said that better be a toy, and you better be prepared to use it if it's not, type thing. And they go, and so the dude whips it out and
Pause.
struggle. Pause at what I'm about to say right now. Damn. Pause at what I'm about to say right now. He struggles with it. They're struggling with it with each other. And then another pause. He fires it off and it cuts away. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he shot the dude or whatever like
Nah, I
that.
was like, I already know who he shot, yo. I said, I already know who he shot.
And so people are like, oh, blast is fire, blast is fire. And she's like, Vale's like, hey, let's wrap this up, let's go. And she goes over to see it. And she's like, my man just shot sent a dead bullseye in the chest.
Still smoking.
Yes, smoldering out that thing. And then and so they finished, and Vale's having her moment, and then old Diesel Paul Bunyan dude is like, hey, I can take her. So he joins the little crew. Rashad, how simple was this?
Hey,
He just
you are
he,
absolutely right.
he
I didn't even
scoops
think of
up
it like that.
center. He goes down the tunnel. He gets in the truck with them and everything. And what happens? My man is up there, and Vale, once again, she realizes she has to live by the rules of Luthen. What does she do? She kind of like sucks it up, takes it for what it is, and realizes that hey, there will be casualties for this cause. What's your boy over there doing? Oh,
Crying.
quick. She says, oh, don't you dare. Don't, no, 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 no. Don't you dare cry, you little itch. Don't you dare. She says, you're going to have to live with her memory the rest of your life. And the thing is, she didn't even have to say what he did. She didn't even bring it up. She didn't even bring up like you were hard headed. You bought a gun after. She just said you're the one that's gonna have to live. She was a warrior. She knew what she was doing with this call. But
Yeah.
you're the one that caused this. So how dare you cry? You look at me when I'm talking to you. You and like you said, Vale has to deal with that trauma. She already had to deal with the trauma, but she ain't seen her boo thing in a year or so, and now she dealing with the trauma of they reconnected and they basically was like, "Yo, we gonna make this happen."
Snatched it right away.
You know what I'm saying? What they say, snatch a victory of the jaws of defeat, yo, for real. So yeah. So that's what happened to her, man. And that whole, like I said, that heart with them Gormans are bona fide morons. Go ahead, Rashad.
Last little thing to talk about this episode is Biggs getting high. So Biggs is having nightmares, and I have two things I want to talk
Because I
about.
got high.
Yeah. So definitely understand like self-medicating due to PTSD, and also being alone away from your home
Ooh,
world,
ooh,
and
yeah,
also the person you love is not there. So you don't
yeah.
have anybody to console you. So when that
hmm
person gets home, they don't know how to really respond to you because
You howled your
yo, he
mind.
said, hey, yo, like you woke up and then you was like you had the blast in your hand and you was about to shoot nothing. Like I need like was it Dr. Gorsh again? And
hmm
you're so traumatized, you don't even want to talk about it because
hmm
you're not ready to unload and really process said trauma with somebody else, but you're processing it on a subconscious level and it's coming out and your loved one sees it and wants to help, even
hmm
though Andor is not in no place to be helping
Oh
nobody.
hell no.
Because he's been
Broken people can't help broken people.
yeah. We got a whole heap of broken people on the show.
Yeah, broken people cannot help broken people.
So she's getting high. The first thing I wanna know is, does Andor know she's getting high? Because the second time she got out of bed, when he came home the second time, she was looking out the window. She was getting high. He woke up. because she, of course, you don't feel somebody beside you. Sometimes you'll automatically wake up. But when he
Hmm.
gets up, she was clearly not in her right mind.
Hmm.
But I'm not sure if he like enabled it or if he just didn't know.
Or willfully being ignorant.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
a lot of times when you have somebody who is addicted,
Hmm.
you will enable the behavior by either doing one or two things: by being willfully ignorant,
Hmm.
or knowing that is going on, and then helping and aiding them in their endeavors to use drugs or whatever. So, second thing is this: she got her look back.
Boy,
How?
I got one question about
Go
that.
ahead.
So we saw before that happened, Luthen had another mission for them or something. Do you think that what the mission was? He
It had to have been.
let him know, like for her to get her head in the damn game.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
knew.
yeah.
I think he knew what had to happen. It was like, hey,
Because he
yeah,
already knew that the person was coming because his mole literally had a conversation with the dude next to him. That
uh-huh,
was the person in his little thing was like
uh,
you go deal with Dr. Gosh. And you report back when you finish because I'm not about to do
yes,
I'm not doing
yeah,
this talking to that right there.
that,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
uh-huh.
So he could have easily told Luthen, said, hey yo, Dr. Gorsh, Mr. Torture, Dr. Torture is back.
As soon as he popped up on the screen, I said, "Oh, I know what's about to
Your
happen,
man came
boy."
to work on like, yo, you crazy if you working a night shift on purpose. Like,
Yeah,
why
with
you
a
work? Why you working at 10 o'clock at night? You know what I'm saying?
with a cup of Star Wars space noodles, oodles
Yeah,
and
yeah,
noodles, yo.
what's it? Space cake? I'm not even sure.
I don't know what it was,
It,
but
it looked like a delicatessen. So either way,
you
he's
know
up
what it
there
did. Yeah,
with his little space cake, right? Little space cupcake. We'll put it down on nicely. Hey, go ahead and sit down. Put the thing on his head.
But here's the thing, though. So once again, this lets you know how trash the Empire is. This man knew, and he knows exactly what this thing do to people. You see the terror in his eyes when she locked him in, and and it was the realization of, oh, she about to hook. No, 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 no. He was like, no, and she hooked him up to it, and he was looking. And what did she do, Rashad? She turned everything up to max. She pushed all them faders all the way up. My man had to look like, oh my God. And because remember when he saw her, he said, "Don't I know you?"
Don't I know you?
Yeah, yeah. You tortured me like for what 2 weeks straight, my nigga. That's what you did
Yeah,
to me.
yeah, yeah.
And she got her lick back, and I mean put it. And you and I love too what they did shot wise. You didn't hear any screams. Cause remember, you heard the screams from her in the first season when it
Hmm.
happened. They gave you an outside vantage for it. You just saw him, Rashad.
Yeah, yeah.
just, just tweaking out. Then she leaving? And my man saying, "Hey, you're not supposed to." Blah. And then you got Andor. Boom. You good? All right. Let's get on up out of here.
Blew the whole thing up.
Yeah.
And I like how we have like a small victory, even though we were
Mm-hmm.
gonna have like a really big defeat eventually, because
Uh-huh.
we had Andor and Bix walking away under a little explosion. We
Mm-hmm.
have the first time I think Luthen laughed. I think I
Yes.
ever seen him smile this whole
Yeah.
show. Him and his assistant actually, they say, "Yeah, I got the thing," and they actually had like like a momentary moment a momentary moment. They had a
Yeah.
moment of exhale.
Like,
Like,
whoo,
whew,
like,
did that? Sure did. All right,
yeah.
yo. Hey man, get a smile today. So that, and then the whole thing with
You know what? Every episode for this gave you a nice little somewhat victory. Like I said, with that, even with Saw Gerrera, with his arc of getting to inhale that
Tony,
gas, and then
Tony,
hooked the boy up on the gas. He says, bring it in.
Tony,
It feels so bad.
his speech to Wellman was so good.
Yes.
Because and him equating the Rhydonium to
To his
him being
sister.
able to feel his sister again.
Yeah, he says, I feel my
Oh
sister.
my
I said,
God. I said, oh yeah. Okay. He said, yeah, when I was back on what's the name of that daggone planet?
was it Ryloth? Was it Ryloth?
No. Ryloth is with the Twi'leks. It was
Uh-huh.
what's the name of the planet that blew up for Princess Leia's
Al
planet?
Alderaan.
It was called Onderon.
On the yes, right, yeah,
Yeah. Onderon. It was on Onderon. They were like basically slaves in Onderon,
hmm
and they were able to break free, and they had like their own little rebellion.
hmm
Sister passes away, and then he becomes the leader of said rebellion, and that sets him on a course to be Saw Gerrera, aka your favorite terrorist. You know.
Yeah.
So
You know
him.
it's bad when because for all intents and purposes, yes, the rebels are rebels, but they're also terrorists as well. You know it's bad when terrorists are like, oh, we don't mess, It's almost like what was it? What was when they was like Al Qaeda don't mess with ISIS? Like, oh
Yeah,
no. Like Al Qaeda is horrible
yeah.
when and then Al Qaeda's like, whoa, that's ISIS. Don't mix us in, don't mix us in with
They be doing the most, man.
yeah,
Like you saw that video they had. Like, we
yeah,
don't be doing that. We just blow
yeah.
stuff up. They out here like torturing people and sending them to their families. We ain't about that.
Yeah. So yeah, Saul, seeing Saul Gerrera, saying get a win as far as getting his Deverdonium, and then I guess keeping Willman to his Willman's now joined him in the cause. So don't know if
Hmm.
Andor and Bix gonna ever see my man again
Nah,
unless
it don't look like it, yo. That and the
yeah.
fact that that he was able to suss out the
hmm
mole,
Yeah,
which was
uh-huh.
dope. You know what I'm saying? He said,
Uh-huh.
oh, we're gonna be on the planet. Here's the coordinate." Because the whole thing was trying to get they had like 8 different like ways to do the machine or whatever
Yeah,
for the
uh-huh.
Rhydonium.
Uh-huh.
So and he was trying to teach the man, and he was like, "Yo, if I could just focus on one, I'll be good to go." And oh, okay. So he feeds them the place where they're not gonna go,
Uh-huh.
and then blam, shoots
Yo,
him. You
point
could
blank to the head, Jack. And he had that man thinking like because he said, "What do you think?" He was like, "Yeah, he's teaching me. I don't think I really know anything else from him." He was like, "He's expendable. He doesn't. He's seen too much." And cut to find out, he was like, "Wow." He was like, "His name is such and such. He was a traitor." They was like, "Yeah." That
two
was
tubes finds like the like the device on him,
yeah. Uh-huh.
and then they say, you know what, we won't be back here no more. But the rebels end up eventually going back there because that's the same planet that they were on in Last Jedi.
Yes. Yeah.
So they do end up coming back to that old rebel base. But
hmm
no, yo, like again, these 3 episodes, so dope, so good, man,
So the net
so
so
good.
we got what two
Yeah.
sets of episodes left. So the next set is going to be 2 years BBY. I am really curious to see what happens here. I I think that might be the one where we see them catch a L.
Yeah, I think so. So like next couple episodes are written by I'm guessing it's his brother because the dude name is Dan Gilroy, and this guy named I'm guessing it's Giannis Metz because he's like from Sweden. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, Danish,
Mm-hmm.
and he directed a episode of your one of your favorite shows ever, so
What's that, Rashad? Give
True
it on.
Detective with Colin
Oh,
Farrell, Rachel McAdams.
oh.
And the Trump loving Vince Vaughn. So yeah, so he did
Oh,
that. So
not that season. I didn't. That season was horrible.
all right, well, I'm sorry. Well, he did an episode. So
Uh-huh.
and he did some other stuff. Oh yeah, he directed Borg versus McEnroe that came out in 2017.
Oh, and if I'm not mistaken, Rashad, aren't we supposed to get a glimpse of one Darth Vader in this
No,
season?
nope.
Or was that just a
That was a rumor, and
Okay.
Tony shot that down quick. He said, "Look, I already wrote for Darth Vader once. It sucks. He doesn't have much to say."
Well,
Talking
there
about
you.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
So again, he didn't say much, you know what I'm saying, at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not gonna get none of
Okay.
that. But we could easily get, I mean, there's so many ways this can go. We can easily tie in
Rebels.
Rebels, because this is happening at
Uh,
essentially the same time.
yeah. Uh-huh. This is
You know.
happening. This is happening by the time we get to one BBY. That is around the time of the final season of. We might get a Grand Admiral.
I'm just saying
Grand Admiral
we
Thrawn.
can get Thrawn in this. We can get the recreation of Mon Motha making her announcement on the Ghost ship, because that's in there. We already got his name Ezra. No, it's
Hmm.
Ezra. His,
Uh,
I forgot the actor's name. We already got him. We already
mhm.
got assets for what's the alien name?
I know you're talking about the purple one.
Yeah, we already got
Yeah.
assets for him because he's already was in Mandalorian. He's gonna be in the
Can
movie as well.
Kane and Jarrus.
We can find somebody to do Kanan. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like we can find somebody to do, and we already got
Kate Winslet as
Harrison Dula, and we
uh-huh.
already got
And we've seen Chopper.
Chopper. Y'all got assets for Chopper, and
Yeah.
we also have our favorite little Mandalorian Jedi. So like we could really do it. You know what I'm saying? And they even
Uh-huh.
got assets for the Ghost ship, because that popped up in Rise of Skywalker. So
Yeah.
they could, if they wanted to, they could do it. I'm not sure if that's a mandate for them or not, but like
Hmm.
that speech is important because that's the speech that goes out. That's like her
Yeah.
coming out party. Say, look, yo, Empire's trash.
Hmm.
Y'all know me. I'm about to be in hiding until, if y'all want to join us, come
Didn't
get
we get
at
a
us.
Bail? Didn't we get a Bail Organa?
Yeah, Benjamin Bratt played
Benjamin
him.
Bratt. Yeah, he filled in for
Pratt. I said Benjamin Bratt.
Bratt.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Benjamin
fit.
Pratt played him because scheduling conflicts
Uh-huh.
with Jimmy
Yeah.
Smith.
Oh, Jimmy
Yeah.
Smits. Yeah. So, yeah, man. But like you said, Rashad, this has just been great television with the show Andor. Can't wait. Can't wait to see what happens this week coming up. And
It's it's it's
yeah.
it's overwhelming, man. So much great stuff. Speaking of,
Hmm.
I'll be seeing Thunderbolts. By the time this comes out, I'll pretty much be in the movies watching Thunderbolts.
I'm going to say this. I asked my guy, please y'all should follow him on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Mainly Instagram. He's up there. Kevin McCarthy
Shout out
movie.
Kev.
Kevin McCarthy movie, entertainment reporter for the TV station I work for. Dude knows everybody. He asks, conducts some of the best interviews ever. Kevin McCarthy, I said, hey Kev, Thunderbolts. He says, I liked it. It was really good. And Kevin is someone whose opinion I really do trust because he hasn't missed whenever I ask him because he gets these pre-screenings. Hey, is this good? He'll be like, yeah, or else he'll be like, it's all right, or whatever. But no, he said Thunderbolts was really good. He said he liked it. So
Yeah,
I am.
hear really good things about Thunderbolts. So I'll be
And he said there's two credit scenes.
thank you. I'll be waiting to the end.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's there. Also, if y'all haven't checked, two reviews for Sinners. One, me and my cousin Nadia.
Hmm.
Second one, me and Tony. 20 minutes long because the actual episode is on the website, theuponfurtherreview.com. If you
Yep,
want
yep,
that
yeah.
hour and 13 minutes of unadulterated awesomeness and conversation, it's
Yeah.
so black. It's so
Yes, it
black.
is.
Come
It
get
is.
at us. Only for the low $10 a month for the membership. We're gonna
Hmm.
have and trying to build an interactive community
Yep,
where
yep.
you guys can have a say, in the stuff that we view and review, and the
Hmm.
stuff that we talk about. Forums up there, so you guys can actually start to interact with each other. And yeah, man, it's yo, brick by brick, man. Like that's really what we're trying to do, and then we would love
Yeah.
for you all to be a part of it. Again, no pressure, but just
Yeah.
just understand. The more we start to get membership over there, the less we'll be putting over here
Yeah.
because we're going to be catering to our
And
people.
and stuff is coming, man. Like, the last 2 years or so been kind of and because of writer strike and
True.
everything and stuff being delayed, but it's so much stuff coming. Like I said, y'all check out our Last of Us reviews. We're doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're going to do a review of the Thunderbolts when it comes out. Oh, definitely don't forget, Rashad. The daggone Tales of the Underground is getting ready to come out next week. You forgot about that, didn't you? Yeah, because
May
of
the fourth be with you
May
on
the Fourth
Sunday.
be with you. Yes,
Yeah.
so that's going to be dropping. On top of that, next thing you know is going to be Superman, Fantastic Four, or what?
Ironheart.
Ironheart. Eyes of Wakanda. It's so much stuff. It's so much stuff that is coming out, and then next thing you know, when Disney they Star Wars had their Star Wars celebration thing, they said the stuff they about to drop soon. Skeleton Crew, Maul. We ain't even ever talk about the fact that they're doing
No,
a
we didn't
Maul
talk about at Celebration at all because this
at
was
all.
yeah, real busy, man. A lot of stuff
Yeah,
coming out, and I'm just being honest. All this stuff is not going to be up here.
no,
A lot of this more niche stuff is going to be on the website. I
yeah,
also love anime. That anime stuff is going to be on the website. I already
yeah.
know. Like I'm
Hmm.
watching three
Good
different
guy,
shows right now.
good guy.
I'm watching a Gundam show. I'm watching second season of Windbreaker, and I'm watching the second season of something else. I don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? So like this, we got if y'all like this stuff, y'all really want us to talk about other stuff, y'all
Hmm.
gotta join. Like
All right.
that is our solemn cry.
And then suggest stuff to us. You know what I'm
Definitely,
saying?
man.
You
Like
know what I'm saying?
it's
We'll
yeah,
do it.
if y'all want to talk about some stuff, we can talk about some
Yeah,
stuff. It
some
can be
stuff.
off the beaten path. It can be something that you love only.
Hmm.
And if we got time, we would definitely, we'll look into it. But yeah,
And don't forget, y'all know maybe once a year we pop off with an episode randomly. Just be like that has nothing to do with the
oh yeah,
movie
it's gonna be some very
anything.
pop culture stuff that goes on. Like, hey, let's talk
I
about
think one
this.
of our favorite ones we did last year was the Kendrick versus Drake beef.
Yeah,
That was one of
happy Kendrick versus Drake anniversary.
yeah.
By the way,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
listened to
Yeah.
Euphoria yesterday. I said, man, this
Yeah.
song still bangs, yo. A
Yeah.
year
Uh-huh.
later.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
that's the type of stuff, I'm saying, going on. Shoot, June is what? Black Music Month. We might want to pop out something, you know what I'm saying? With that. You never know what happens, but subscribe
definitely.
and we'll
Join.
and we'll see what happens. Join. But y'all know
Memberships are
what to
down.
do.
Hit
Like,
us.
subscribe, everything.
Subscribe, like, share
Instagram.
to the things.
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, IG.
And what,
Sometimes
Rashad?
Facebook if you're nasty.
There we go.
I don't even be on it like that, yo. It's like Facebook don't give me no love over there. But yeah,
Yeah.
but essentially TikTok, Instagram, YouTube for certain,
Threads.
Threads, theuponfurtherreview.com if you really want to
Hmm.
get down for real. But
Yep.
yeah, that's all we got until Sunday.
Sunday. Yes.
Thunderbolts
Sunday.
review coming Sunday, 7 p.m. Man, we'll see y'all in the next one.